there's nothing else to be done. There's no more pumps, there's no more fat to be lost. I'm not gonna get any bit substantially leaner in terms of like my body fat composition over the next 2 days. And I mean, in a daily sort of approach like that, you don't make changes over such a short period of time. So that's kind of a good little thing to keep in mind if you've got a certain like 2025 goal or 2030 goal or 2026, whatever. It's like, dude, that year is going to pass, and if you don't start moving at least a little bit now, kind of early on, and put in those sort of base layer support building hours, you're never going to get that pinnacle on top, right? And that's what the fancy part of all this shit is. Like even usually I'm referencing like the workout itself, because if I can go into the gym, go hard, crazy pumped, everything feels awesome, I've got a good amount of energy. If I can go into the gym, go hard, crazy pumped, everything feels awesome, I've got a good amount of energy. Workouts don't feel like a chore. Workouts feel fun, exciting. That's the way I want to do it. That's the way I like it. So if like my sleep is shit, I'm not going to have as much fun during the workout, But everything that goes into making sure I feel extra good for that workout is down here, right? This whole base layer of good sleep, good hydration, eating a good amount of food, making sure I hit all my nutrients and everything else, and then just having a reasonably like smooth sailing sort of approach, so that when I put myself in a position to really push it, I'm already ready. You know what I'm saying? But let's how about we get a couple Q&A questions before we do a little maybe a little bit of a nighttime check-in, because honestly I wasn't lying when I talked about the 3 states of being either settle the bulk versus cut debate. Which is harder? Well, obviously I think you know what I would say right now, being this thick into this dieting phase. But it depends on the guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think the positives and the difficulties of either one are different. Like, it's apples and oranges. You get to eat, as much food as you want for the most part, depending on the guy. But, for somebody who's a bit of a hard gainer, even eating more than 2,500 calories in one sitting, I mean, that could feel like they're about to freaking pop, And if you've got a bit of or less of a good grasp on control of your own appetite, the idea of even getting close to like a 2,500 calorie a day deficit is like torture for some of these guys, because this is the spectrum of the hard gainer versus the hard cutter per se, right? Because this guy, he's kind of lean all the time. What's the best exercise for lower chest? Now that's something I feel might be a little bit surprising for some of you to hear me say, because I don't do much lower chest work. And really it's just a situation of your lower chest gets a lot of work all the time. I mean, every time you lean over a table and stand up and push, lower chest. Every time you do a tricep push down, your lower chest is coming into play a little bit. Even when you do like cable pullovers for your back, your lower chest is coming into play just a touch. And then every time you do any pressing, if you can feel your chest right now and you start to flex it, it starts from the bottom. Like that sort of signal usually starts from the bottom, and then your chest gets more solid up toward the top, right? So your lower chest gets a lot of work. So for the most part, unless you can tell it's lacking, I don't think it needs anything too direct. But if I had to pick maybe 2, I would say either body weight dips, which I don't really do now just because, all right, traffic's getting a little wild, but now things are actually beginning to take shape. Right up until now, honestly, we've just been kind of doing the dieting on our own. There's nothing bodybuilding about it, right? So we're headed to the 2 o'clock check-ins, and this is actually a little bit of a moment of truth, because in my mind, I've been aiming for classic, right? But my height, unfortunately, as though, not unfortunately, but I'm not 5'4". I can be pretty heavy for classic, right? But that weight limit is 217. So that means, the day before the show, you got to hop on the scale 217. So after doing some fancy water pulling, 3 gallons of water earlier yesterday, cutting it, drying out, really just a combination of peeing and breathing and everything else, I think
flying through the clouds. I see you in the crowd. Just know I got you. You ain't gotta say my name. You ain't gotta say my name. And you ain't gotta say a thing. Just know that I am here. And you ain't gotta say my name. You ain't gotta say my name. And you ain't gotta say a thing. Just know that I am here. And fly, let's go get away. Take my hand, let's go levitate. Don't think or blink, let's just be light. Feel the warmth of my hug and my might. See, I know you gon' like it here, shining like you gold. You won't have no nightmares if I hold you close. I will help you fight fears, take away the ghosts. Flying through the light, yeah, stars we approach. They don't shine as bright as you, yeah, you like a flame. When you wanna be saved, just say my name. I'ma be by your side, I will never sway. Catch you if you fall, I am one call away, yeah. Let me just wipe your eyes. Feel free with no more cries, yeah. Take flight with me right now, and tell them my name business. Pow. You ain't gotta say my name. You ain't gotta say my name. And you ain't gotta say a thing. Just know that I am here. And you ain't gotta say my name. You ain't gotta say my name. And you ain't gotta say a thing. Just know that I am here. And I'm your hero. Yeah, I make you comfortable. I make you love life. I'll take the stumble. If you can't walk right, I'll show you fun things. I'll be your best friend. I tell you one thing, never make you feel less than. Every time it's the best then. Rooftop on the west end, show you that I'm invested. Watch your ex get arrested, breaking free of convention. Yeah. Smile. Yeah. We're gonna do this one the very right way. Try.
Oh, really?
Woke up in the morning with the sunshine.
Nice.
Animated birds on my power line.
There they go.
Mapping out my life, cause it's by design.
By design.
Checking on my friends, hope they doing fine.
Nice.
And all my fake friends put me on the shelf. I worry way less when I'm by myself, though. But you can always call me if you need my help. I got the type of love that you never felt. Okay, all day, let me demonstrate. Throw bad vibes at my feet, I'ma levitate. My trajectory, yeah, that would never change. I'ma be me, even if I look strange. I be focused on life with no pain. Make a day from the night, cause I brought paint. I've been through hell, but for heaven's sake, I'm in my lemon car, sipping lemonade. I think I found my groove. I think I found my way. I think I found my mood. I think I found my way. Walking across the moon. I think I found my place. I think I found my. Gotta stay focused. Gotta calm down. Gotta relax. Gotta control it. Be in my zone. Be in your zone. Gotta find a cure, gotta find a cure. A way to calm down. A way to calm down. Be human again. Be human again. Yours again. Gotta find a way for them to understand. Misunderstood. So misunderstood. My temper is bad, my mission is good. I never be labeled as good. I never be labeled as mentally stable. They all label me as a threat. Shot me off into space. Something I'll never forget. Shooting myself with these gamma rays, something I always regret. I done ran away so many times, I don't got nobody left, no friends, no. Wake up. You gonna do this one the right way. Groove. Smooth. Oh. Wake up.
Who'da freaking thunk it? Who'da thunk it? First in my little class of height C, and in the classic overall. So frankly, at least for these last couple days, that's a big weight taken off my shoulders, right? Like I wasn't too nervous or anything. And honestly, that's the second time getting up on stage. I was feeling real confident. Not officially 1 day out. So actually, less than a day out. Today's it's 2:40 right now. So actual showtime is around 8:30. So that puts me at 20 hours. Not even, more like 18. But I'm not so concerned about the time that it's going to take for prejudging. There's a certain drawer right in here full of all the carbs and treats and jellies and everything else that I'm going to really carb up with. And frankly, I have been counting the freaking hours. So even last night, I mean, I slept pretty good once I actually fell asleep. I think I kind of fell asleep as I was watching my show. So it's like kind of a in and out or whatever. But I was pretty much, yeah, I was out at least from midnight till 9. Maybe more like 1 till 9. But that's still a full 8 hours. So I feel extra well rested. But I'm dry. I'm rather dry. So I was out at least from midnight till 9. Maybe more like 1 till 9, but that's still a full 8 hours. So I feel extra well rested, but I'm dry. I'm rather dry. So back down to my depleted, dehydrated 217 or so. And these scales, they always kind of, I bought like a really expensive, like $200 fancy scale, like because I really wanted to be extra accurate. And then I had like a $10 one that I got from the store, and they're both reading the same weight. So I think I totally just blew 200 big ones. But brought one of those, so really nothing else to do but wait. Headed down to check-ins, and then first layer of tan, and I can come back and really start eating. Frankly, that's I said this 2 weeks ago in Vegas. I've never been more excited for a rice cake with jelly in my freaking life. And honestly, I'm even more excited for it now, because now I know how good it tastes after going through the depleting phase. But let's pack up and head down to check-ins. All right, so it is freaking officially show day. Show day. Let's just kind of talk about what went down yesterday, because this is very this is very much so carved up compared to only 12 hours ago. There we go. Actually, no. Yeah, we're good. Bright and friggin' early. So, I guess this is, since this video is going to be posted the same day as show day, I guess you know whether or not I place good. Well, we'll just see. Right, I'm getting excited about it. But either way, feeling dry, feeling rather carved up, feeling well rested. Gee, man, feeling good. And frankly, I'm kind of surprised I managed to clean up so well. This room was a bit of a, let's just say it was a bit of a crime scene, where if calories and carbs were evidence that somebody could scan for, a chunk of rice cakes have essentially disappeared like that, with some jelly, with some syrup, all sorts of just little, like some of the Mike and Ike's and things. Just stuff that I know won't mess with my stomach. Because I went to bed, I mean, I didn't have like I wasn't 3 months pregnant or anything, but I definitely did feel like I had some stuff sitting in here. And same story as before at the Vegas show. Woke up, stomach flat as I would want it to be. So all those carbs and the water that I ended up drinking to kind of rehydrate, refuel, recarb up, they've all dispersed into where they really belong. And I guess I'm not going to know until later when I'm actually looking at myself back or like in the posing room and everything else. But I feel like I'm a little bit drier than I was for the last show. And I think half of that is to do with the fact that I didn't pull my carbs, but the last couple of days of this week 3 days before, had like 1,200 grams, 300 grams of carbs each day before I pulled them. But these last couple days was more like 150-ish. That was kind of my limit. So if you're unaware, right, I mean, I'm always talking about the muscle glycogen and being carved up and pumped and everything else. With your carbs, right, with the glycogen or whatever, when I'm talking about, being extra full, it's like, oh, I got so much carbs. I mean, it's not pure carbs, man. It's not like I just got powdered sugar sitting in my forearms and my chest and everything else. It's really a combination, right? It's carbs with water, right? I forget if it's a 1-to-3 or a 1-to-2 ratio. Might even be 1-to-4, right? But for every part carb, there's a certain respective amount of water that needs to kind of be introduced too, to actually make sure you can really move that stuff around. So that was my balancing act of these last sort of 18-ish hours or so. But music picked. We're getting ready to go get sprayed with my second layer of tan show day morning. And I guess I'll see you for kind of a full show day vlog type sort of thing tomorrow. Mark drove down from school, so he's going to be the cameraman again. So I guess we'll just see what happens.